Hello beautiful people, my name is Angel Ann Light and I'm so excited to be here with you guys again for another girl talk. In today's video I will be sharing a little bit about myself, so if you are interested, continue watching. So guys, as you guys heard me say earlier, my name is Angel Ann Light. No, my first name is not Angel Ann, it is just Angel. I am 28 years old. I come from a beautiful Caribbean family. My mom is from Guyana and my dad is from Trinidad. My dad passed away while I was in high school. Story for another time. I love you, Dad. I miss you. They met during carnival season in Trinidad and the rest was history. I am the middle born out of 3 kids. I have an older brother and a younger sister. I am a lover of worship music, soca music, Afro beats, reggae, dancehall, hip hop, rap, R&B, I mean anything and everything, I love it. I am 5'7". I don't know my measurements off the top of my head because I just don't, but I will probably put it somewhere on the screen because people ask me, I don't know why, but yeah, people ask me. I am a tall girl, 5'7". Shout out to my tall girls, I see you, boo, you was always cute. I am married. I've been married since 2018. I got married in December. If you haven't heard my story, click up. I don't know which side it's going to be on, but click up and tap on one of those cards and put it as a tab if you're on a laptop, or just, something to look at later. I am currently repping Boston, Massachusetts. I grew up in Dorchester. I've lived different places in different cities in Massachusetts, but Boston just seems the easiest to kind of break it down to people. I used to work in the city. I'm familiar with the burbs, some of the burbs, not all of the burbs. But yeah, so if you're in New England, around Rhode Island or Boston, hit your girl up, that's where I be at. Currently right now I also live in Rhode Island. That's where Emmanuel and I have a property as well. He is a real estate investor as well. He works in the corporate world for right now. We're trying to transition out when the time is right, when God lets us know. He'll be out of that. But I am a full-time entrepreneur. I have about, I think, 2 or 3 businesses under my belt. As you guys know, I sell husband journals as well as bug sprays such as Sucker Free and Bye Bye. And I also do a lot of marketing and branding stuff. So if you're interested in being a part of my influencers group or even a client of mine, just click the links in the description and you can find out more about that stuff later. If I could live anywhere in the world, I would live in the Caribbean. Just flat out. I love the hot weather. I love the ocean. I will tell you guys this funny little story. I literally would pray and I would want to move. I always wanted to move. Ever since I was younger, I always wanted to move. And I remember my godfather would always tell me, he's like, Angel, the only way you're gonna move is if you're married. And so I'm like, God, please, like, Lord, you know my heart, you know what I want, you know what I'm believing for. When I get married, I want to move out of Boston. I want to live in the islands. I want to just, X, Y, and Z. God has a funny sense of humor, literally. So when I got married, I ended up moving to Rhode Island. And I'm just like, well, God, you got the island part right, but I want to be closer to the ocean. I want to be able to see the ocean, feel the ocean, be in the warm sea breeze and stuff like that. The irony in it all, Rhode Island is known as the ocean state. So that's where I'm at. So, but if I could live anywhere in the world, I would literally live in the Caribbean. I want to be in the sand. I would literally be so happy if I had a little house on any island. I mean, I haven't traveled to many of them, but to the places that I've been, I would definitely want to own property there. Definitely. I love Caribbean cuisine. The food is just amazing. I mean, if you are from the islands, please comment below your flags below. I would love to know. On YouTube, I don't feel like there's a lot of Trinidadian or Guyanese influencers, and so I'm happy to be that for somebody. Especially since, like, I don't know, I just feel like influencers are always just not me. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I've never seen a Trinidadian or Guyanese influencer that has actually been on YouTube very religiously. But neither here nor there. Some of the things I would like to tell you guys about myself. growing up in high school, I used to want to be an architect, but I didn't really like the math side of it. So then I was like, I wanted to be an interior designer. Did that, not like actually did it, because in high school, what are you actually doing? What are you actually doing in high school? If you're a high schooler, hi! I'm so glad that I'm here to help you, encourage you, inspire you. I love you so much, girl. Listen, there is so much for you to learn in this world. Do not rush to grow up. I'll tell you that right now to all my high schoolers that may be watching. But yeah, in high school, so I wanted to be an interior designer after architect, and then I kind of got bored with just the thought of like, am I going to only be dealing with furniture? And so I got into modeling because I'm tall, and I'm pretty. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. We're all beautiful. So I got into modeling, but I didn't really like being in front of the camera. I didn't like going on the catwalk. It's not like I didn't like it. I just felt kind of uncomfortable. But that kind of introduced me into fashion design. One thing I absolutely love about fashion design is looking at garments, deconstructing them, whether it's mentally or in the physical, and then making it again. Whether it's from a pattern, whether it's just from straight fabric and scissors and just going at it from whatever you think in your mind. Absolutely love that. And so in high school, I remember I taught myself. Before I got a sewing machine, my mom would show me how to sew by hand, and so I would do that. And then once I was able to get a sewing machine, I just took off running. I remember my high school had a senior jubilee fashion show, and I remember I had all of my little designs, and I had some people wear like store-bought clothes because the school was hating on me or whatever. But yes, my best friend helped me plan the fashion show, dress models, and then from there it was just like I loved everything fashion. I'm not the type of person that really studies brands or designer names or anything like that. Growing up, I didn't have designer stuff, and so to me, I never had a desire to want to study them like that. That's just me being honest. I just absolutely love the creativity that comes in fashion when it comes to creating your own things and garments and stuff like that. So after high school, during high school, my father passed away, just like I told you guys. And so he passed away in my junior year. In my junior year, that was the year where everybody's like, oh my God, you gotta take it so seriously, your grades, blah, blah, blah. If you get a hit, that's what, colleges are gonna look at. And so when my father passed away, my grades started to slip up, and I remember I had to go to night school, which wasn't bad. I was literally, no offense to the people that was in my night school class, but I was the smartest kid there. I really feel like the teacher that put me in night school just had a hit on me. Like, she just couldn't give me a break, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But yes, I was in night school. I literally passed it with like flying colors. The teacher in that night school would literally not teach us, and he said, if anyone comes in to check on us, Angel, you speak. And I was just like, really? Like, that's what we're doing here? But anyway, so as that happened, my grades started to kind of drop. And so the school that I really wanted to go to was Mass Art. And so my GPA was a little too low. So they told me, go to a community college, bring my GPA up, and then reapply to come in and just get a transfer. And so that was going to be the plan. So I started going to a community college in Quincy. I did not even finish a semester there. And when I tell you, I told my mom, like, Mom, I don't think this is for me. She 100% supported me. Any other Caribbean mom would probably hang me by my shoelaces. Like, I don't know what. Like, my mom just had so much love and grace, and she believed in me. And I thank her, because when I feel like really low, I always think about what she told me. She told me, she said, Angel, out of all three of my kids, I know you'll be okay. Not saying that she didn't think my brother or sister wouldn't be okay. I'm not saying that either. But she saw what I was doing with my hands, and she saw my type of work, and she saw what I was doing. And so she said, Angel, I can see you taking $5 and making it into $500. And she believed in me, and she believed in my dreams. And so a little fun, not funny, but a little fun fact about my mom was the first one to leave her family in Guyana and come to Trinidad, and then later moved to the US with my father. And so me, my brother and sister, we are the firstborn American-borns from our bloodlines. excuse me. I don't have my water around, guys, and I'm sorry if I'm talking fast. Y'all know how I be. But yeah, so when it comes to just thinking about how much she loves me and supports me in that way, it just really meant a lot to me to hear her say that. And so when I dropped out of school, that's what I just ended up doing. I just kept hustling, guys. I mean, I was selling out like crazy. I was in local fashion shows. I was going to Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Maine. I did a couple different fashion week shows. I mean, I was just out doing my thing. It was fun. It was a lot of like a fast-paced type of lifestyle. I was making money so fast, but the thing that I wish I learned sooner was the power of wealth and really knowing how to manage your money and how to budget and how to save. When I was making so much money, I literally would be, as soon as the money touched my hand, it was gone. And I had nothing to show for it. Again, this is just straight out of high school, so what do I know, right? In high school, we didn't learn anything about savings. We didn't learn anything about debt, credit cards, anything like that. And so if you are a high school student, as I said earlier, please, please, please do your due diligence. It's so much easier for you now to get this information and learn. Yeah, so if you can start saving now. So yeah, and so I was making money. And then I remember I started meeting with my pastor, and so she ended up becoming my godmother and my mentor. We met through, it was like I would go to church. I was going to church consistently, fell off, and then I went back. And so when I started going back again, I really submitted myself. I don't know why I did. I just knew as a young person, I just wanted to be covered, but I didn't know, because guys, I didn't grow up in the church. I grew up in the streets. Literally, I remember even when I was in high school, I would always go back to my middle school, which was an all-girls school, and I would always talk to the at that time, the school's president, and she still is a phenomenal woman. And she would pour into me every like other school day. I would go after school and I would hang out there, and I mean, she would just spend time with me. And so when I met my godmother and she became my mentor, I really committed. I don't know why. I just always made sure I went to our meetings. I made sure I was honest. I made sure I was transparent. And the type of relationship we had, it was just super, super natural. Like, I didn't feel like I had to hide who I was. It was just so, like, beautiful. And so I remember one of the things she told me, because she could see that I was like a Jill of all trades. I was taking my own photos, making my own videos, doing my model's hair and makeup, making my own clothes, because I didn't want to like leave that stuff in people's hands. Like, I didn't want to, like, how do you say? I didn't want to depend on people that could possibly let me down. So I taught myself a lot of things. Along with that, I was always great at social media, because I don't know how I learned how to code during MySpace days, but I did. I literally could code in like 7th grade. And so MySpace, my page was always flat. It never looked tacky. I wish I had the proof to show you so you could be like, wow, she's not even lying. But my MySpace was flat. But yeah, so I remember I'd meet with her and she was like, Angel, you should go and get a beauty license or a cosmetology license, because you already do these things and you want to have something under your belt. You don't want to just live life without anything under your belt. So I was like, sure, I'm down. I'll go to these beauty schools. I'll tour some schools with you and I'll go to school. I like beauty. I like hair. I like makeup. I already do it. And so that's when I ended up going to Toni and Guy. Loved it. I mean, phenomenal school. Yes, there's some things I would say, but I'm not going to get into it right now. But overall, phenomenal school. At least for when I was there, it was very, very amazing. So yes, went there, graduated, and then I was working in a salon, worked in a barbershop, but I wasn't happy there because I didn't feel like I was really utilizing who I was and what I wanted to do. And so I remember there was a season where I kind of pulled back. I wasn't sewing anymore because it just took one client to kind of just set me off the edge. And it was actually a woman who was pregnant. Listen, I get it. I okay? I mean, I haven't been pregnant yet, but I'm sure the emotions are something different, right? So my last client, when it came to like being a seamstress, was a pregnant woman. And then I would pick it up, I'd do it for friends here and there. But now I just normally sew for myself. Do I think I want to sew again for people? I don't know. If you're someone that sews, you kind of already know what I mean when I say this, but there are people that want like beautiful, extravagant pieces, but they don't want to pay the price for it, and they don't understand the labor and the time that goes into it. And so if you're not going to be compensated, it doesn't make you feel good to do it. And so I don't know if I'll sew again publicly, but I definitely love sewing for myself. I can't wait until I move so I can have more space to lay out fabric and cut and do all the things that I used to do when I was at my mom's house, and even while I'm here. But my office has too much going on. I remember when I was at my mom's house before I got married, I was a makeup artist, hairstylist, seamstress, and content creator all in one bedroom, and it was a lot. And so yeah, so did that, did hair, did makeup, and then I ended up working for my church for a season, and I was doing a lot of social media and content development, and then I was doing a lot of, I started my business, started selling products, and then I started doing some client work, and here I am. I'm on YouTube and I'm doing my thing here, and I love it. I love where I'm at right now. I thank God that I'm able to do all the things that I'm doing. Yes, there's times where I feel like I'm not doing enough. Yes, there's times where I feel like I could, pull back and reflect and really figure out if this is the way He wants me to go. And I do that. I try to make sure I put my time into like really hearing Him and understanding where I'm supposed to be, but also not allowing myself to talk myself out of my dreams. My husband's really good at pushing me. He is my driver. It can be bittersweet at times, but I love that he pushes me because he believes in me. He sees my potential. But yeah, so that's a little bit about me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to share with you guys, but that's pretty much how I ended up here. I told you guys in earlier videos that I was always doing YouTube since I was in high school, but I just never was consistent. And so I thank God for still leaving that in my heart and allowing me to be able to come on here and share with you guys day in and day out. I hope you guys got to know me a little better. If there's more questions that you guys have for me, because I didn't touch on every question that you guys had for me, because some of them were really deep, and I don't want to overwhelm you guys with such deepness in this video. I just want you guys to kind of get to know me a little better, because I'm still new to YouTube with this whole, granted I've been on here for years, but I'm still kind of new to YouTube because I come on here, I share with you guys some inspo, but I don't really tell you guys much about me. At least that's what I feel. And so I hope you guys got to know me better. Oh yeah, I love you guys. You guys know this. I really appreciate the hair comments that I get and even the DMs that I get. This is not an install. This is actually my natural hair. I know. I thank God for my parents. That's all I can tell you. It's curly, it's thick, it's getting longer. I trim it myself. I have not pressed it out in a long time. I want to. I have an amazing hair story. I'll throw some pictures up so you guys can kind of see some of the things I've been through with my hair. But if you guys are interested, you guys already know what to do. Just comment, message me. I won't know what you guys want to see unless you guys comment. And so thank you guys again for helping me grow my YouTube family. Thank you for being a part of my family. Thank you for encouraging other women in the comments and men. Always remember that you can do all of the things that God has placed in your heart. You are beautiful, you are brilliant, you are bold. Don't ever let anyone dim your light. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you saw the secret giveaway, don't forget to do it. I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon.